चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोऽभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत् कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं कृष्णचैतन्यम् ईश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. So I am seeking blessings and prayers from all the assembled devotees so that we can increase our gratitude towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and the devotees who have helped us to realize that how much we should be grateful to the Supreme Lord. So devotees as well as the Lord, we keep increasing our gratitude. So with these prayers and mode of service, let's begin our today's topic. So is a very special topic. Canto 4, chapter 16 is about all the praise, the glorification of King Prithu by the professional reciters. And when we read this chapter, we sometimes seems why this is included in Srimad Bhagavatam, because it's just a glorification of a king. But when we read in detail, we realize it is a gem. This chapter and previous chapter, they teach us very, very fundamental principle. And what is that? We'll discuss in this one. So it's all about art of receiving appreciation as well as art of giving appreciation. Chapter 15 sets the mood. What should be the mood of a person who is receiving appreciation or glorification? So very, very beautifully her Grace Ranjana Radha Mataji has beautifully described the mood of Maharaj Prithu. And just to summarize, I have quoted one sloka, and it's so powerful, so important in our life. When someone praises us, someone says, "Oh Prabhu, you are great, you are doing excellent thing," then we should remember this sloka. This will always keep us grounded. So here the Maharaj Prithu's mood is reflected that if I do not have any quality exhibited, how you can glorify me? And specifically, if they allow other people to glorify, is basically a process of cheating. Because if person do not have the qualities and still accept the glorification, accept the praises, then basically he is a foolish person because he do not know that whatever the glorification coming in the form of fake or false glorification, they are actually insulting them. So, from this very important sloka, we understand how to receive the appreciation. Many times, when people glorify someone, that person understand or should understand that this is not because of my qualities. So, whenever anyone appreciate us, we should simply offer this appreciation to our Guru, our Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, our great Acharya, and to the Lord. So, in this way, we will always be humble. But if we stop this procedure, then as soon as we receive such appreciation, we feel proud and it will give to our destruction. So very, very important aspect that we learn from Maharaj Prithu, how we can be humble by offering all the glorification given to us to our previous acharyas, because we consider this is not due to my qualities, because all the qualities, all the intelligence, they all come from the Lord, and devotees who help us to realize our potential. So, with this mindset, whenever we receive any kind of appreciation, we should always humbly submit to our acharyas. So, that is the mood that is set by a person who is going to receive appreciation. And more than that, that is the topic that we are going to discuss, how to appreciate. And it need a ton of training and lot of experience is required how to appreciate. So this chapter in multiple places we will try to understand what should be our mood in appreciating someone. So first we'll cover an overview of this chapter so that we should not miss the essence of this chapter. So we'll in 3 slides we will discuss and summary study of this chapter. So here we understand few slokas are dedicated about glorification of Maharaj Prithu, who is Saktya Avesha Avatar, and very beautifully lot of things are being described. So one of the point that we understand why these reciters are saying like this, one of the very important aspect that we see that in the name of glorification they are actually telling what should be the qualities of an ideal leader or ideal king, and we all have some leadership in our respective domain. So basically this chapter is extremely important for our current day to day life because it teaches us how we should live the life, become a leader, and make a role model for others to follow. And then there is a beautiful explanation of various qualities of Maharaj Prithu, and there is also mention about how much tolerant is Maharaj Prithu, and so much very clear in terms of justice, and they are very beautifully explained in terms of the mood of doing the justice impartially. And then also it tells about the respect for the others. So we'll go in detail about this thing, and two future events that is being described by the professional reciter. One is how the earth will be transformed and how Maharaj Prithu will receive spiritual enlightenment. So this is an overview of this chapter. Now we will focus on some of the very important slokas and what is the learning, what is the takeaway from this chapter. So here we will start with the first verse very, very beautifully. As soon as we read the purport, we increase our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada. How amazingly he has selected the gems in the slokas and beautifully given a fundamental aspects for us to learn and move forward in our life. So here the very beautiful word come is Muni Choditaha. It means the professional reciters. They did not simply started glorification under the direction, under the instruction given by the great sages and learned brahmanas, the professional reciters, they recited the glorification. So this is the training chapter that we all need to learn how to glorify. And if we do not have this kind of training, our appreciation will be basically will become a insult. One of my friend was sharing this when I was working with the Korean company. So he was saying he worked very hard and the project was very successful. The Korean manager, he invited him and he told, now see, now the Korean manager is going to appreciate, and you easily understand what his words are trying to tell. So he told, the Korean manager is saying to my friend that you worked hardly. Now, instead of saying this, he wanted to say, you worked very hard. You worked very hard and you worked hardly. And these two is a big difference. You worked hardly means you have worked very little. So we see he is saying in the name of appreciation, but actually he is insulting my friend. So the point that we are trying to say, if we are not trained, then our glorification will be simply an insult. Many times when we see in our absolute truth, we see lot of glorification, or when there is a birthday wishes. Now many people are not able to glorify. So what they say, happy Casey birthday, finish. They have no words to say how to glorify. Even I was confused when I saw, Are in ISKCON so much glorification is happening. Big, big letters are being written. But later I realized this is a great aspect of learning. Gratitude is the principle that will give appreciation. If that gratitude is missing, we will have no idea how to appreciate. So there is two way of thinking. The appreciation when it comes, when we need to give appreciation or glorify someone, the core aspect is what is the contribution of that person in my life, and that will develop a sense of gratitude that this devotee has done this much for me. So when we appreciate, the appreciation will come from heart. Otherwise it will simply coming just like a word, oh Prabhu, you are great. But why great? What I did? So, whenever we want to appreciate, always understand what is a mood of appreciation. And it is an extremely great quality to appreciate, because if we cannot see good things in others, then we cannot appreciate properly. So it is a learning. That's why Srimad Bhagavatam gives lot of emphasis on glorification. The more we glorify, more we become grateful and develop a gratitude towards that devotee, and that will give the real sense of appreciation. Not too less, not too more. If we give an appreciation more than what the other person has done, so it's basically becoming buttering. So it's extremely important that we appreciate by our heart. Whatever we feel, we should mention that, and it will help us to reduce our envy. Because if we have a little envy in our heart, it's so difficult to appreciate someone. Because envy will say, what the great person has done is simple, na? But as soon as we realize that the person is doing best in his own effort, maybe small or big, it is secondary aspect. The primary aspect is he is putting the sincere effort. And seeing the effort, we become grateful. And with gratitude, we say something, even a small word coming from the heart that will really helpful for the other person. Because everyone need encouragement, and because of this encouragement, appreciation is must. So appreciation is a quality that will benefit both. The person who is giving appreciation, his heart is becoming soft, his envy is reducing, and the other person is who is receiving the appreciation, he is getting encouragement, and he is offering everything to the previous acharyas. So appreciation is a great aspect of us learning in our life. So but it need to be guided, it need to be given direction. And without direction, I will be simply running here and there without understanding the Vedic culture. So culture of appreciation is a must, and it has to be properly guided. Now sometime what happen, we'll see in YouTube, there will be so many people who will open the Purana, who will open the Upanishads, and then they will say, see, in this Upanishad it is mentioned like this, see, in this Purana it is mentioned like this. So, such people who are unguided, who are not trained by a qualified devotee, by a qualified guru, they will go in a wrong direction. Like in this, we see there is a Brahma Vaivarta Purana, and in this there is a section called Sri Krishna Janma Khanda, and in Adhyaya chapter 69, slok number 23, very special, very simple, yet extremely powerful. So here Brahma is praying, Jaya Jaya Jagadish Vandita Charana Nirguna Nirakara Swechamaya Bhakta Anugraha Nitya Vigraha. Looks so simple, but Brahmaji is giving a beautiful prayer with conflicting statement. Here the word comes Nirakar, and again the word comes Nitya Vigraha. So it's extremely contradictory statement we see in Upanishad or even in Puran. At multiple places, we will get conflicting statements. And if we are not guided, people take in different direction. So here is great blessings that we are connected to a great sampradaya, and that sampradaya gave a beautiful explanation what is mean by nirakara and nirguna. If we understand, then we realize this is the sloka that makes proper sense. When the word nirguna comes, it means beyond the three gunas, sattva guna, rajo guna, and tamo guna. And that's why Lord is called nirguna. But does not mean Lord has no guna, Lord has no qualities. When we read, we realize Lord has infinite qualities. And second one, Nirakar. Many people think, oh, the Supreme is Nirakar. But here the word come Nitya Vigraha. So it means the Nirakar means Lord has no material form. So, under the guidance, under the direction of the great acharyas, only then we can understand. Otherwise, we will always be confused. And that's why our Upanishad says how to understand Vedic literature. In Shweta Upanishad, it is beautifully mentioned Yasya Deve Para Bhakti Yatha Deve Tatha Guruha. When we have deep gratitude towards the Lord and towards the devotee Guru, then what is going to happen? Tasyaite kathitaah hiya arthaah prakashyante mahatmanah. All the Vedic literature will reveal and it will help us to realize the actual meaning of Vedic literature. And if someone does not have gratitude, devotion to the Lord and to the Guru, till then we will not able to understand this Vedic literature. And how it is connected? Muni Chodita. It is when we are under the direction of a devotee, then we can realize the meanings of Vedic literature. So it's extremely important with our endeavors, we cannot understand Vedic literature. Previously, we have seen many people who told, I want to read Bhagavad Gita. They open the Bhagavad Gita first day and they feel it's so complicated. Next, they will close and keep it as it is. But when we associate with devotees, we ask questions, and then the same Bhagavad Gita at one point of time so complicated and now looks so amazing literature. So it's extremely important. We should be always under the direction, under the guidance of a devotee. So this is what being described in about the word Muni Chodita. And beautiful glorification is there. So I'm selecting very specific slokas, and it has a lot of impact in our life. And here, one of the great quality of Maharaj Prithu is being described. And what is mentioned? Each word is a gem. And it mentions Matra Bhaktiha Par Strishu. All the women except the wife is considered as a mother. We see in Bollywood, in the name of love, they are simply presenting only and only lust. So we really need to understand what is our mindset when we see another woman. And here, the great ideal king, the first quality is being described Matra Bhaktiha Par Strishu is a great quality where we do not see woman as an object of enjoyment. Rather, we consider such woman as a mother. That is the quality that is required in every leader. And we see amazing history about Maharaj Chhatrapati Shivaji and how he handled this kind of situation. There was a time where we see Mughals were attacking different parts, and what they used to do, they used to exploit ladies, women, and like this, so Maharaj Chhatrapati Shivaji also attacked many Mughal places and recovered many things. So in such incidents, one of the minister captured so many Muslim ladies, beautiful Muslim ladies were then presented to Shivaji Maharaj. And Chhatrapati Shivaji was extremely angry. And he told ladies, it does not matter whether they belong to our community or other community or even coming from the enemy camp. They are all respectful. So return them back with proper respect. So that was the mood of great kings like Chhatrapati Shivaji. They considered woman as a mother. not an object of enjoyment. So that is the first beautiful quality is being described. And second one, it called Patnyam Ardha Eva Atmanaha. The wife is considered the better half. If we understand this perspective properly, all the relationship issues can be resolved immediately. But we see in families there are so many conflicts, so many friction is there because they consider both are separate and they want to drive independently. It's like a car with two wheels and both wheels are moving with different frequency. So how the car will move? Similarly, husband and wife, if they work as one team, that is mean Ardha. Both are working together and moving forward towards devotion, towards becoming a responsible parents, a responsible family member. Then the family life can go very, very easily. But this Ardha is missing, then they will each try to exploit, each try to just extract the only the enjoyment. So when we consider earth, we have to take care just like we take care of our body. Similarly, each one should take care of each other. And that is what Patnyam Ardha Eva Atmanah. And third one, Prajasu Pitravat. The entire citizens were considered just like their own son and daughter. So that is the quality of a leader and it's extremely important. Many times we see the leaders becomes biased to certain people, to certain favorable people. But with this quality, we learn all our dependent, they are equally dear to us. And as an ideal leader, it is our responsibility to take care of each and every person who are dependent on us. It's an extremely important quality. But nowadays, we see it is just an exploitation. One of my friend was sharing that he has gone to sub-registrar office for property registration. And it's a big chain. And chain starts with peon. Peon will ask, what is the bribe you are going to give? My friend asked, how much is the bribe? He gave some amount. And my friend asked, so much bribe I need to give was such a simple procedure. And peon say, sir, this looks big, but it is distributed entire chain. Some I will take, some my senior will take, some sub registrar will take, some he has to reserve and give it to the minister every month. So, directly or indirectly, we see so many ministers are infected with greed, with corruption, and that's where we are not able to see the progress. We are not able to find where we should go. Everywhere there is exploitation. Why? Because they are missing this one of the great aspect, Prajasu Pitravat. And the fourth one is extremely important for all of us. Kinkaro Brahmavadinam. Kinkara means servant. Brahmavadinam, beautifully, Srila Prabhupada mentions, is about devotees. So whenever Brahma word comes, we should understand what is the context and what we should be understanding by this word. If we do not have that commentaries in place, then we will be totally confused. Like we see in Bhagavad Gita, Atma word comes frequently, and many people think Atma means it's all about the soul. But actually, Lord uses the word Atma in different context, including the mind, including the body. So it depends on the context that will decide what this mean. That's where it's extremely important. We should understand scriptures under the guidance of a devotee. So we'll zoom this word Kinkara Brahma Vadinam. Many people say, I am servant of a devotee, but it need lot of things to be considered that I am a servant of a devotee. And Bhagavad Gita beautifully explains the qualities are required to be considered as a servant of a devotee. So it starts with Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, chapter number 18 and sloka number 12. Very powerful, fundamental principle is being given by Prahlad Maharaj. So that's where Bhagavatam is so amazing. On the top, the prayers, the glorification are even amazing because they give a lot of understanding, lot of siddhanta, lot of principle behind it. So we'll focus on the second line more. First line also is so deep and is extremely important, but we'll, in our context for today, we'll focus on the second thing. Servant of a devotee will actually first start with a servant of the Lord. And what is the quality when we say we are servant of the Lord? तो बोला गया हराव अभक्तस्य कुतो महद गुणाः मनोरथेन असति धावतो बहिः. Very simple words. Who are the devotee of the Lord and who are not the devotee of the Lord. So here the quality of Harava Abhaktasya, who are not the devotees of the Lord. What is their thing? What is the quality? तो बोला गया मनोरथेन asati dhavato bahi. They are simply sitting on the chariot of their mind. Mana ratha. So people who have a tendency to be independent, they are never considered as a devotee of the Lord because they are still sitting on their mind and roaming where their mind says. Even they do devotion also, but if they are following their own mind, that simply they are not the Harava Abhaktasya. They are not the devotees of the Lord. So now some people say, okay, I'll not follow my mind. Then what to follow? So Bhagavad Gita gives beautifully qualities required how to move forward in our life. Very famous sloka. This sloka and the next sloka, sloka number 39, these two will tell actually the meaning of Kinkara, how to become a servant. It is not just doing some seva. It is not just following some instruction. Total 8 qualities are required to be servant, to remain to be servant. And 3 qualities mentioned here, pranipaten, pariprashnen, and sevaya. So 3 qualities we see from here. Many people will do seva. We'll see in the temple, many people come forward and do the seva. But fundamental is missing. It's like a dummy laptop. Looks like it has looked like laptop, but actually is no core functionality present. Similarly, many people do seva, but the fundamental thing is missing. And what is that fundamental? Pranipaten pariprashnen. So here we see the first and foremost principle is pranipaten, being submissive. And if we are not submissive, then we will stop asking the questions. And if we do not ask the question and we do not get the reply, then our gratitude will not increase. So, with this, we learn submissiveness, asking questions. Bhagavad Gita promotes a lot. Never do blind faith. Always ask questions. All our Vedic literature promotes. We should ask questions. Why this is happening? Why this is not happening? But in a mood of submissiveness, not the mood of challenge. And when we ask real questions, then we get an answer. Our gratitude will increase because each unanswered question is like a thorn, it's like a blockage in our path of devotion. So we should keep removing all such thorn so that we can focus with deep devotion. So pranipatin is extremely important. Many times as people move forward in devotional path, they think I learned so much, now I'll do what I want. So as soon as they consider I will do what I want, then they are breaking the fundamental principle of manorathen asati dhavato vahi. So, extremely important, we must always under the direction of a devotee. And how to be servant? We should be submissive. Many times we hear the instruction, but still we do not follow. It simply means we have not have sufficient quality of submissiveness. So submissiveness is extremely important, and then only all things will move. So seva, the root is gratitude, because this gratitude will come because our the obstacles in the form of the questions is being removed. So here we see three direct qualities and one indirect quality of gratitude. And the next one, Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tat paraha sanyatendriyaha. So these three qualities, and previously there was a one more quality of dharya. So total eight qualities will help us to always under the direction of a devotee. So start with Sanyatendriya, being disciplined, being committed to what has been directed, what has been given. We have to do with proper discipline in our life. Like our acharyas, our devotees, they have guided us. We should do sadhana with proper discipline, and tatparaha shabd is used with very high focused way. But when we do not do our sadhana properly, then we are not able to retain that knowledge. And Shraddha will help us to understand what devotees are saying is for my welfare. And with these things in place, we can always be under the devotee's shelter. As soon as we become or we try to become independent, that day our low or downward journey will start. So it's very, very important. Always be under the direction, ask question, be submissive, do service in the form of Vani Seva and Vapu Seva, and whatever been guided, we have to do with proper discipline, with focus, with dedication. When we do this, then we will be truly Kinkara, a Brahma Vadinam. And that's why the great leaders also under the direction of a devotee. And that's why we see that great kings like Maharaj Janak, Maharaj Dashrath, they all used to have Raj Gurus, and the Raj Guru used to guide them. But current leaders, they are simply working in their own mood. And that's where the society need leaders who are basically guided trained, instructed by the devotees. If we have leaders like this, then really the best thing happen for our society. Our society will be extremely good. It will be as good as Vaikuntha. So we have 10 more minutes, but okay. So I'll give some more important perspective. So each sloka is a gem. More we pray to Lord, more we read the commentaries of devotees, more realization we get. So we'll put some more effort on the word Kalayavatirna. So here it is mentioned that Maharaj Prithu is a one of the Kala avatar, which is called Shakti Avesha avatar. Many times we heard this one, we told, we hear in different places that there are different types of incarnations of the Lord, and we will try to understand from a scriptural perspective. And it starts with a very important grantha called Garg Samhita. In Garg Samhita, there is a beautiful discussion happen, and it starts with like there is a king called Bahulashva, and he asked the question to Devrishi Narada. Very beautiful conversation, and it gives a very deep philosophical aspect for us to learn and make our foundation clear and strong. So here Bahulashva ask a question कि Lord Vishnu Shri Harer Vishnor Avataro Bhavatya Alam. How many types of incarnation Lord Hari takes and why he is taking? Sadhunam Rakshanartham. Lord comes for the protection of sadhunam, devotees. And to this, now Devrishi Naradji explains in a very, very systematic way. Sri Narada Uvacha. Now, Narada says there are 6 types. What is the first one? Anshansha. So part of a part that is called Anshansha Avatar. Second one is called Ansha Avatar. And third one is called Avesha Avatar. Because Maharaj Prithu is Shakti Avesha Avatar. And then it is called Kala Avatar, then Purna Avatar. And the sixth one, extremely important, Paripurnatam Avatar. So these are the 6 types of incarnation that Lord Sri Hari takes. And why? To protect the devotees. And very beautifully, each example is given for each type of incarnation. So here it is mentioned Anshansha, like example is given Marichi. Ansha avatar like a Brahma, and Kala avatar like a Kapila and Kurma, and Avesha avatar like a Bhargava, like Parshuram. So they are called Avesha avatar. And then it is mentioned Purno, the incarnation that are considered Purna. They are, who are they? Narasimha, Rama, Shweta Deepadhipo, Hariha, Vaikuntho, Yagyo, Nar, Narayanaha, Smrataha. So these are considered Purna avatar. And what is Paripurnatam? And it is mentioned Paripurnatam Sakshat Shri Krishna Bhagavan Swayam. Lord Sri Krishna is considered, is actually Paripurnatam Sakshat Swayam Bhagwan, and it is exactly aligned to Srimad Bhagavatam. So it's extremely important that we understand even other scriptures also tell so clearly that Sri Krishna is Bhagwan Swayam. And Devrishi Naraji beautifully explains that each incarnation, why it is classified in that form, why it is called Anshans, why it is called Ansha, why it is called Purna, and it beautifully described. I am skipping few of the sloka and directly reaching to the exact one, why it is called, why Sri Krishna is called Purnatam, Paripurnatam Avatar. And here it is mentioned Paripurnatamah Sakshat Shri Krishna na anya evahi. No one else except Shri Krishna. And who is Paripurnatam? And why he is considered as Paripurnatam? So here is mentioned the quality Eka Karya Artham Agatya Koti Karyam Chakaraha. The Paripurnatam incarnation has a very unique quality. And what is that quality? With just one activity, millions of activities will be completed. And that is why Lord Krishna is considered Paripurnatam. And then Devrishi Naraji beautifully praised such a beautiful sloka, Purnaha Puranaha Purushottama Uttamaha Parat Paro Yah Purusha Pareshwaraha Swayam Sadanandamayam Krupakaram Gunakaram Tam Sharanam Vrajamya Aham. And here the word comes Gunakaram. He is having infinite qualities for us to learn and imbibe. And how it will happen? We remember the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj. Yas yasti bhaktir bhagvatya akinchana. When we start devotion to the Lord, all the qualities will enter into us. Just like if there is a honey, automatically honey bees will come. Similarly, when we have gratitude, when we have mood of service towards the Lord and devotees, all the great qualities will appear naturally. And now we learn a very important and the last word of this chapter. It is mentioned Nara Deva Natha. Nara Deva Natha, such an amazing word. And many people have misused this word. I was crossing Bangalore Vidhan Sodha, and there is mentioned government word work is God's work. But is it so? We see so many corruption is there. So is it really a God's work? No. So government work is God's work provided the government works as a representative of God. So the king, the leaders, they will be considered as a Naradeva Natha only and only if they are working under the guidance of representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if we are under the direction of the Lord, under the direction of the devotees of the Lord, who will present us the mood of the Lord, then we will be considered that we are under the direction of a devotee. And when we work as a representative, as a servant of the Lord, then our activities will become divine. And that's what it is mentioned Nara Deva Natha. There are so many amazing learnings, but we will pause here. We'll give a small summary of what has been discussed so far. So, extremely important Kinkara Brahma Vadinam always be under the shelter of a devotee, never follow our own mind. Manorathen is an extremely dangerous aspect. Even exalted devotees, as soon as they sit on their mind, they go away from the devotion. And that's why we see many devotees, once they were very nice, but as they move forward, take a bigger and better managerial role, they get infected by this manorathin, and they will slowly deviate from the actual devotion. So, whatever responsibility we take, but we should always be under the shelter of the devotees. We discussed the various incarnations, types of the incarnations with scriptural evidence, and it is extremely important for us when we speak something, it should be rooted, it should be grounded in the scriptures. That's where Prabhupada, all our previous acharyas, whatever commentary they will give, immediately after some time, they will quote some sloka, they will quote some reference. Why? Because all our acharyas have encouraged us that all our teachings, all our fundamentals should be based on scriptures. And we discussed whether government work is God's work or not. So, with this, I'll pause here. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. I'm really grateful to devotees who are helping us to run this program, and it's extremely valuable for all of us to learn and improve ourselves. With this, I'll pause here. Hare Krishna. If anyone has any question,
Hare Krishna, Mahaprem Prabhu. Thank you very much for the wonderful session. You have touched base upon so many simple topics, but yet very profound in learning. We how we have to be grounded, in our devotional service. You have taken reference from different scriptures, so it shows how much hard work, how much efforts you have put in bringing up this topic in front of us. We are really grateful to you. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for this session. It was a wonderful, simple but very wonderful session, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
thank you, Prabhuji. So we are always grateful to our acharyas who have given all these references. So I simply take their references and put it. So there's no specific endeavor that I have put. So our acharyas have done great work. So it's now when we are grateful, immediately the next quality will come. Be responsible. Understand our scriptures. Understand the commentaries of our acharyas, see what is their mood. So when we read their literature, we increase a sense of responsibility in understanding this one. They have done so much hard work for us, and we are not able to take advantage of that learning. So it's extremely important. We study scriptures, we discuss with devotees, and then we are able to realize the great effort done by our acharyas.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Prabhuji.
Dandavat Pranam.
It was a wonderful class, and while preaching, also we'll have many questions. Like I know we have to quote from various scriptures, like how Lord is supreme. So this, I think, shlokas which you mentioned are very very important, and gives us a very clear understanding. And when you were giving Prabhu this session today, I was feeling as if the Prime Minister of our country is speaking this word, and I really hope that if we have leaders like this, then the country will go in the right direction. Because of what is the importance of a good leader. It is uh, it is uh, it is very important to have a good leader. And when the point which you mentioned last is government work is God's work only if government works as the representative of God. So that is very important, and to run every country actually. So it was so many key takeaway points, Prabhuji. I have one small question, Prabhuji. This also, Prabhu, this art of appreciation and giving and receiving was also very nice, Prabhuji, which really makes sense for me, especially. And Prabhu, in our many times when we do preaching, we see many other sampradaya also preaching. And, how should we take that as a competition, or how should we take that? Because, sometimes they are also, I'll take example of my society. They will try to preach, and we also, sometimes we get the feeling of a bit of competition, that they are trying to preach and they are doing well. So this is actually a very good point which we should appreciate, because our goal is common. We are trying to make people connect to Lord Krishna, which is the ultimate goal. So we understand that point very clearly, but many times that competition or something will come in our mind. So how to take care of that point, Prabhuji?
Very, very practical question, Mataji. And it very, very happen. Forget about extra sampradaya. Within sampradaya, there are two devotees. One is doing amazing preaching. One is not able to give that much preaching. So always there is a sense of comparison will come, and that will be helpful for us to understand the envy level that we have within us. So how to come out from this envy is appreciation. We see how wonderfully the other devotee is trying to do, trying to make so many people connect to the Lord. So when we see the good quality in others, then we'll not feel any kind of competition. Competition will only happen when there is a comparison. But when we realize that even we see many times within the two devotees, one is doing very nicely, but may not be good to us. So we cannot see what is the not good for us, but we see their efforts, their endeavor, and that is the mindset change that we all need. From finding faults, we have to move towards finding the good in others. And it is the mindset that will extremely beneficial in all spheres of life, be it in home, be it office, be at every place. We have only two things, whether we pick good things or whether we pick not good qualities. So it is up to us what we see, whether we see the good quality, the good effort, the good endeavor that person is doing, or we see he doing something which I am not able to do, and that will create some sense of envy. To overcome, always appreciate, because people is in this world is like people admitted to hospital. They have different layers of diseases and different level of disease. So we just see all operations, surgeries are happening, and we have to simply understand and appreciate the effort. Even we should be appreciative of a small child. He is doing his own way, whatever possible is done. We do so we see people around here and there. So many people are there. We should always be grateful, because with our attitude, other people will learn a lot. So it is for others' welfare, and more important, it is for us to learn and move forward in the life. And Mataji, thank you so much for giving that. It's very important that our scriptural basis should be strong, because many people will ask questions when we go outside. They will say, ISKCON devotees, they always talk about Krishna, nothing else. But they do not understand why we are saying like this. So we should always base our discussion as scriptures.
Prabhuji, definitely. Thank you, Prabhuji. That was a
Thank you,
very,
Mataji.
thank you so much. Thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. So, art of receiving the appreciation. Yeah. If no more question, then Premlata Prabhuji, if you want to announce anything.
Yes. So, Prabhu, first of all, thank you so much. As Satyabhama Mataji told, that was a wonderful session. A lot of your sessions are always with the practical approach, what best we can learn from this thing. So I appreciate that part always. Art of appreciation, I'm trying to use, Prabhu. So I think, and that's the how you I think you're grooming others in your group as well. I see most of your sessions, if your sector, are on the same format, that what we can learn from the chapter and all that. So thank you so much for all the wonderful services you do, Prabhu, and including today's session. So I was very happy to see you giving today's session when I saw your face. So I thought, okay, today is going to be full of energy. Your voice modulation is also very energetic. So thank you so much, Prabhu. So I don't know. I should add something, but then I remember when you were saying about appreciating. So I have the very fair experience of this once. We had a new devotee who was coming first time to the temple, and he was with me. So I was just going to, he was with me, and in temple we'll keep meeting devotees, and I was just going to every devotee, and then whenever I'm talking, Prabhu, yeah, that last week this was very good, last week your class was good, Kirtan was good, and all that. So that Prabhu, after some time, he told, Prabhu, I think in ISKCON we do a lot of buttering, isn't it? So then I told Prabhu, that's the only way to overcome our enviousness. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for us, because we are so much conditioned that we look only at the fault. So whenever we see a devotee, if we look at their good qualities, then we'll be able to suppress our uh, enviousness. As you rightly said, that with the gratitude, it's very easy to do sevas, to service. If we have that gratitude to the movement, gratitude to our acharyas, gratitude to other devotees around. Actually, they are the most, the people who are going to affect our Krishna consciousness, devotees around. So sometimes we underestimate them and just we think, oh, I follow my guru, I will follow acharyas. But devotees around me, they affect my consciousness to a greater extent. So if devotees around me have good consciousness, good, uh, attitude of appreciation, gratitude, then we also feel positive in Krishna consciousness. So material life also, we always see that we are being told that we should be surrounded by the positive people. So in Krishna oneness also, we should be surrounded by positive devotees. So it's a
Just
very,
one
very.
addition, Prabhuji.
Mm.
So I really appreciate when I also came to ISKCON Narasimha Giridhari Mandir. So I also met Premdatta Prabhu first. So Premdatta Prabhu was like this, talking to every new person. And I was also a new person. Premdatta Prabhu come forward and discuss for the first time. The first devotee that I met is Premdatta Prabhuji. I see so much journey has come. So thank you, Prabhuji,
I think
for your
that was the
effort.
seva. That was the seva which Shivas Prabhu gave me, was that he used to talk to all new devotees after Bhagavatam class. So that gave me a lot of learnings. All senior devotees, as you rightly said, we should be under the guidance of senior devotees. So I think I don't know. I'm very grateful to all senior devotees who gave at least insights into Krishna oneness. And I always say that ultimately it is uh, the devotees whose this thing matters. Of course, philosophy is important, but unless we have positive devotees, nice devotees around us to guide us, to take us with as a friend, or even devotees below who are relatively junior to us in terms of numbers of years, not in consciousness, that anyway we cannot decide. But so it's always good to have wonderful devotees around us. For that, we need to be a wonderful devotee. Then only we can, have wonderful devotees around us. So thank you so much, Prabhu. As always, very insightful session. So as far as services go, tomorrow we have Sunday Seva is Prasadam serving. I just want to make one point. I'll send this message in Absolute Truth as well, that for last recent weeks, temple has token coordination team has become very, very strict. And last week you all observed that many of the devotees were sent back. And uh, to be honest, I'll be a little bit blunt, if you please don't mind. If you want prasadam, please come before 8:30 to get token, or the token will be only given, prasadam will be given, but only after the token devotees are over. So this has been the mood of the token coordination team, prasadam coordination team. So last week, in spite of I was begging for many, because there were many devotees who came later and they were asking for coupons, and I went and I was begging. I also didn't get. Shiv Gauri Prabhu didn't give any coupon to me. No, they didn't come in Bhagavatam class. Why you are asking now? Then I told. So idea, I think devotees should understand. The idea is not that we want to torture devotees for prasadam. We don't want to sadistic view of not giving the people prasadam. But the idea is that whole essence of Sunday feast is Srimad Bhagavatam. Of course, there are other aspects, but if we are not doing Shravan, then Sunday feast will become like any other social activity. So we should not. So please, my humble request is, please come to the Sunday feast on time between 8:30 when the coupons are given, and please collect the coupon. And then this, even in sevas, I think they will be a little bit strict. I think tomorrow prasadam serving only few devotees may get chance, and then they can come later after having prasadam. So that time also they may ask. Last week I saw cooking team was being asked to present his own team. He was telling, show me the coupon. So when the cooking team who was doing cooking from the 6 o'clock, he was asking them coupons that if they didn't have, he was telling you go out. So I think it is for a couple of weeks it may be a little strict. The devotees are not strict at heart, but the idea he wants to, and he came to me when I only gave actually, but I kept silent when Prabhu was asking who gave this Mataji coupon. So I just was quiet, but then I had given, and then he was telling, no, Prabhu, this whole essence, I hope you understand. And which is a very valid point that devotees are very compassionate. They want devotees to hear Srimad Bhagavatam and get purified, because that's how we will get purified. So don't mistake if anybody misbehaves you for token and all that. It's just to ensure that your process is in place. I know some of you may feel bad about it, that you were being asked to go out or something like that. But please don't take it in that spirit, because it is primarily to ensure a system is in place, and whole the purpose of Sunday feast is fulfilled when devotees come and do Shravan. Once in a while we have family problems or health issues, it's fine, but and I see that challenge is there in our circle as well, that devotees don't come on time. So the whole Bhagavatam is over by the time you are coming. Then it's again, I sound repetitive, but it looks like a social activity. You are coming, just that we do outside material receptions and all that. Food we'll have to gather. So of course, with devotees is different, but still, Arati, having darshan of the Lord, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, taking the association of person Bhagavatas, that is the essence of Sunday feast. So please do come on time, collect your coupons. And otherwise, if you don't have coupons, because now they are not giving paid coupons as well, so you will have to wait till end. Unfortunately, leaders, as a leaders, we are also little helpless for last couple of weeks. We are not, in spite of devotees requesting us coupons, we are not able to get it from the token coordination team. So it is becoming increasingly difficult. I know I used to give very uh, like that, even if devotees are coming later. Prabhu coupon I was giving because I used to collect some coupons, but now they are very strict. They will not give. So please don't mind it and take it as a spirit of positively, that it's for our benefit that we attend Srimad Bhagavatam class. Otherwise, patiently wait till the queue is over, and after that, devotees without token also will get prasadam. Okay. And tomorrow our seva is prasadam serving. So I request devotees to come and help us in this seva. And many times we need to bring, of course, serving is not so difficult, but bringing from inside, we need helping hands. Heavy people who have a strong back and strong physical ability, they can take that up seva. So please come and please come in Vaishnava attire as much as possible, because sometimes we are being pointed out that our circle devotees are not in Vaishnava attire many times. So we don't want to say at that point of time, because it looks, sometimes devotees feel bad when we ask them to go away from seva, not being in Vaishnava attire. So we don't want to face embarrassment ourselves, and we don't want to embarrass anybody else also. So please come in Vaishnava attire. Always temple programs, it's a good habit, unless weekdays you are coming a casual this thing. But it's good to be in Vaishnava attire, so it helps us to, get inside anywhere, do any seva, whatever is coming on our way. Okay, I think with that I will end. Swami Prabhu, you have anything else?
Nothing else, Prabhu. I think we can end the session. So we would like to thank His Grace Mahaprem Prabhu for the wonderful session. So as a token of gratitude and for the well-being of their family, and so we would like everyone to chant one time Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare